back to my channel. This is the first game of the new season. Now, all the games in the last season we lost except for the most important championships, which I don't know how we won. But this is a new season, new team. I've played with these people before, and it's exciting to just be with a team that I know, that I understand, and that I practice with. So I'm very excited for this first game. Hopefully we will do decent today. But before we continue, if you guys could please chop that like button and hit that subscribe, and I will continue to give you little bits and pieces of my life, including volleyball. Thanks, dear. Now you can get the close-up of this shirt if you want.
Almost passed.
What a cameraman. You're so So this is the first game of the season, the first game with a new team, and I am outside hitter. This is the first time ever since playing here we've gotten assigned positions, which I am playing outside hitter, both front row and back row. So pretty much the outside hitter is the person that's hitting on the far, for looking at the camera, on the far left side, which is the furthest from the setter. And that ball was inside, so we are now 0-1. What I like about this new team that I'm on, we are scrappy. We try to do the traditional bump set hit, but we'll scrappy if we need to be. So now we are 1-1. We hit line. So even if a majority of the ball is outside, but if it touches the line, it still counts. So what pisses me off the most about this other team is that that guy is like 6'5" or 6. He doesn't even need a jump, but even when he jumps, the ball comes straight down. So it's very difficult to gauge where he's hitting aside from down. It's honestly terrifying. But that, you know, this is what happens on co-ed teams, is you just never know who you're gonna be playing against, and they can literally be super incredibly, insanely tall and good. Even that kid that just spiked down on us is like shorter than me, but his vertical is ridiculous. So this team that we're playing is really, really good. And the one thing that we don't have is height. A majority of us is short, but we have a lot of people that can jump. But that's a disadvantage, is that we just don't have height on our team. But I really do enjoy this new team. I love the vibe, and everyone is good. I love playing with them. Scrappy, like I said, scrappy. But it works. It definitely works. Yay! I love spiking. Sorry, I'm cooking dinner right now, so you might have seen or heard the beeps. But yeah, so I'm currently in the front row hitting outside, and it's intimidating because everyone on the other team is so tall that if there's no block, I'm hitting it down. If there is a block, then I'm gonna tip it over because there's absolutely no way that I can hit past this tall 6'5" guy and this other guy that has like a 4-foot vertical. So I was just playing smart, honestly. I'm trying to remember what the score is, but I think it's pretty even right now. Maybe like 4-3 or 5-3. You know what I'm gonna do, actually? I'm doing a voiceover right now, but I'm gonna go back and edit the score to make sure everything is where it needs to be. So my sets are garbage. I had to set once before in college for one season because we just didn't have anybody, but setting is probably the worst position for me. At least in college, I got doubles all the time, so I would prefer either libero or to hit. So what happened there is we blocked them, but as we blocked, the ball went out. So that's their point, unfortunately. But it's all part of the game. I get it. So whenever I'm back row and we're serving, I get down on the knees or I touch the floor just so I am not in their way of view. So he caught the ball while he threw it to serve, which technically counts as a point for the other team, but he thought I was tying my shoe, so the ref let it slide. Good hit. Like I said, we got some good hitters on the team. It's great. So there's another game going on the other side. So if you hear extra whistling, that's what's happening. The other team did a tip, what we call a tip. So instead of hitting the ball, they just kind of barely touched it to get it over the net, which can throw anybody expecting a spike to come because they're far out. And if it's barely over the net, then it just screws us. But also that 6'5" guy is screwing us with his hits anyway. So there's that. So they get that point because as they went to hit, the ball went too far out. So that is their point. So you can play the volleyball off the net as long as you still have that, you have 3 hits on each side. So if you're still within those 3 hits, you're able to play it off the net. So even if it hits the net, it's still live, as long as you're able to play it off. which one of my favorites is one of my favorites is playing it off the net. So I finally dug one of the spikes that dude hit, but I freaked out and didn't direct where I was bumping it to, so the ball went out. So it still didn't matter. So McCoy twisted his ankle there. Volleyball is just like wrestling. There's in any sport, honestly, any sport you're gonna get hurt. And he went to set the ball and he twisted his ankle, and unfortunately he's out for the rest of the game. But thankfully it was just a twisted ankle, so he should be back in 2-3 weeks. So that's always a good thing. But with him out, it's just us 6 now. So we had number 33, Ron, to sub in as a libero, and now he's going to be playing the whole time. That guy is absolutely ridiculous. You could tell how frustrated I am from him. He's so good. It's not his fault, but damn. Surprisingly, that worked. That is called a roll. Instead of hitting the ball down or with power, you just kind of roll it off your hand to give it a little float. And that's when I'm uncertain of the positioning, if I have to change my positioning. If it's not a perfect set, I'm rolling it or tipping it. It's not worth the risk to spike the ball as hard as I can if I don't have the correct footing or the right positioning. So that was a tip, but they were ready for it. And they just spiked the ball on us. Great. Another thing I really like about our team is that they are very encouraging. Even when we lose a point, we're still cheering each other on to kind of lift the spirits, which I absolutely love. Bastard. He's so good. I will never understand anyone playing volleyball without knee pads. It's like wrestling without knee pads. I'm just like, you guys are machines to play without any knee pads, any ankle braces, nothing. Spiking is so fun. I live for it. Good serve. So that is called an ace. When you serve it and they can't return it within one hit, it is an ace. So we just got an ace. Ridiculous jump serves. I cannot jump serve. half of my team can, and I'm always impressed when they do. I could never get it down. I think I just jinxed it. I'm sorry. So the reason why I was hitting on that other side, because we're playing positions, we would have to run to our position. So because I'm on the opposite side, instead of running all the way, especially while they serve, I figured I could just stay on the right side for one, and then when the ball went back over, then I would run to my appropriate position, just to kind of make it easier for everybody. So I accidentally hit that guy in the red. That was a back row hit that I was off position for, and didn't get the ball over the net. So there's that. We got the point there because someone was in the net. If anyone touches the net or falls into the net or whatever the case may be, it is an automatic point for the other team. That was miscommunication on my part. I take full blame for it because I think I did call for it, and it just threw both Brett and I off, so that was my fault. Volleyball is a big communications game because you're focused on the ball and you can't see anything else around you, that you have to use auditory sensories. Perfect. So our team just blocked that that ball, thank God, because that was about to get us. So he blocked it and it landed in their court. And we get an ace. So I think he tried to block it or hit it or something, but yeah, I went in the net. It's okay. Once again, that was my fault because I did call for that one. Listen, I'm not as good as I was back in college, okay? My bad. And that went right in between my legs, and that makes me upset. I was very annoyed, as you can tell. That tall guy, man, ruins us. So that is game. We lost. This is best 2 out of 3. And we lost the second game as well. So this whole game we lost. It was very, very close, but that was it.
I'm 고민들은 keep pulling me down. Yeah. 수면위로 비추는 이 세상을 봐. No. You can never know that. 너도